Welcome back. It's been a wild week at some area schools with multiple threats and lockdowns.
The issues range from possible armed gunmen to a bomb threat. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has more on these disruptions and how students were affected.
In the last 48 hours, 5 schools on the Suncoast have had some sort of safety concerns, which include generic threats to harm students and staff. And the issue stretches from Sarasota High all the way south to Venice High, and then all the way north to Palmetto.
They found the source of the threat, and that threat, they found out that the threat was not a credible threat.
Manatee County School District's Public Relations Officer Mike Barber is referring to the social media threat against Palmetto High School that had law enforcement and school officials on high alert.
Fortunately, it was brought to the attention very early in the school day of our school administrators at Palmetto High School. They worked with the school resource officer and the Palmetto Police Department, and they were able to identify the source of the threat.
According to Palmetto Police Department, a 15-year-old Palmetto High School student made the threat on social media. The teen admitted to the actions but said it was meant to be a joke. Despite that, he's being disciplined by the school district and could face criminal charges. Further south, all students at Venice High were forced to evacuate Thursday after someone called in a bomb threat. The school reopened a few hours later after Sarasota Sheriff's bomb squad checked the campus and found nothing. But the threats didn't stop there for area schools.
They told us that there was a code red. They said there was some issue at Sarasota Ford, and then they told us to lock the doors, turn off the lights, and go hide away from the windows.
According to the Sarasota Police Department, a firearm was stolen from a locked vehicle at Sarasota Ford, and 3 nearby schools were put on lockdown as a precaution while police searched for the suspects.
It was interesting, we weren't expecting that to happen.
I feel they handled it appropriately.
We were pretty safe. School was locked down, so I think we were straight.
Officials are still looking into the incidents that led to the lockdown of area schools, and in many cases, criminal charges could be filed. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Bobeth. And Sarasota police say detectives are questioning 2 men about that theft at Sarasota Ford this morning.
The race for the White House enters its final weekend with now just 4 days until Election Day. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are battling head-to-head in the same must-win states. Today's ABC News Washington Post national tracking poll shows Clinton gaining with a little bit of momentum, up 3 points, 47 to 44, but still within the margin of error.
We're on the cusp of historic change that transfers power from a failed political establishment and returns that power to you, the American people. That's what's going to happen.
And people say all the time, well, they want change. Well, we will get change. Change is inevitable. That is certain. The question is, what kind of change are we going to have?
Both candidates holding 3 rallies each today, swinging through 4 states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New Hampshire. This weekend, both the Trump and Clinton campaigns will continue to focus on Florida to drum up votes. Clinton's running mate Tim Kaine will be in Sarasota tomorrow for a rally at the Sarasota Democratic National Committee organizing office. That's on 12th Street in Sarasota. It begins at 4:45 in the afternoon. Also tomorrow, Donald Trump will be making another stop in Tampa. He'll host a rally at the Florida State Fairgrounds. That event starts at 10 o'clock in the morning.
It's one of the hottest issues on this year's ballot, whether to legalize medical marijuana in the state of Florida. Those pushing for Amendment 2 have good feelings about it, even though it fell a little short 2 years ago. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, one city official tells us why they've already placed a moratorium on medical marijuana, even though it has yet to be passed.
Determining how the product will be actually grown and where it will be grown and how it will be dispensed and where it will be dispensed and how much parking will be necessary, how many dispensaries will be necessary to meet the market demands.
Find out how those pushing for medical marijuana feel about these moratoriums that some cities have been passing. That's all tonight at 7 o'clock right here on ABC 7. And it should be a nice fall night for some music on Main and Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah, sure is. Robin and the Retros are set to perform there starting at 6 o'clock. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now live from Main Street with more. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Scott. I tell you, a great night out here tonight. We got Rockin' Robin and the Retros right now You guys are playing tonight here, getting ready, a little sound check. How's it going tonight?
That's right. We feel great. Yeah, we're ready to rock.
And what kind of music are you guys playing?
We do like retro 60s. We do slip in some 80s and lots of fun party music.
Yeah, I heard Adam Ant. You guys were doing some Adam Ant there a minute ago. But nonetheless, you look great. You look decked out for the event tonight. We're getting ready. A lot of people here already. Have you guys played out here at Lakewood Ranch?
No, we have not. So this is our debut.
I'll tell you what, you picked a perfect night for it. There's a lot of people here and a lot of people coming back from up north too. So they're sitting down, relaxing, having a good time tonight.
That's right. That's right. So we're really excited. We're ready to go.
I'm ready to hear you guys have some good music already. All right, I'll let you guys go. We'll be playing. We'll be listening to you a little bit later. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Rockin' Robin.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what, they got the band up here. They're all ready, set, and ready to go. Beautiful weather, beautiful conditions. Right now, temperature at 83 degrees. You couldn't be better here tonight. We'll have more on the weekend weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you guys.
And Bob, we're going to start calling you Rockin' Robert.
Yeah, okay. I know, I was thinking about it. I love it out here.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you, Bob.
Well, a retired college educator from New York has become the Pied Piper for countless Suncoast students.
Dr. George Mims moved to Sarasota County nearly 20 years ago and immediately began a mentoring program that has spread throughout the district. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us with this amazing story. Ray?
Haley and Scott, it's about a man who didn't want to fully retire yet and some local students who are glad he didn't.
I would describe Dr. Mims as a very humble person.
Loving person.
And even if he is mad at you or anything, he'll still go over and beyond to get you where you want to be successful.
Imagine having 3 teenage boys speak that well of you. Dr. George Mims has been written up in local papers for years, a retired educator who serves as a mentor to boys.
My daughters and I are so proud of him.
And here's the star of the show, George Mims, who moved to Sarasota 20 years ago with his wife, Clara, after a career in higher education at Pace University. And his first priority after settling in was to begin a mentoring program primarily for local minority boys at Booker High School.
And it took off. Other schools wanted one too. Then the middle schools started. We want one for our boys, all the way to Northport.
So between New York and now the Suncoast, Dr. Mims says he has helped over 4,000 local students. He has so many awards in his office, he can't hang them all. So what's the formula? Mims says that he had wonderful role models as a boy growing up in South Carolina, and he says many kids these days simply don't have that.
When you don't have the help, you really don't know what you are missing because it has never been present. Once they get a taste of it, they're off and running.
Off and running indeed. In fact, just last week, Mims got back with these 3 boys from touring college campuses up north. The kids just love him.
He will do anything for you. He will always be there behind you to back you up.
And the student advisor at Booker admits Dr. Mims brings something to the table that the kids aren't getting elsewhere.
Life skills, the skills that they don't sometimes get in the classroom.
And as for Dr. Mims, he says he's just glad to fill the void for these kids who oftentimes only need a little extra attention and guidance.
They are missing the kind of, let me call it embrace. The kind of conversation that boys ought to have with men. And it is the kind of information that I experienced when I was a kid.
Dr. Mims gets help from other volunteer mentors, the Church of the Redeemer, and of course his wife Clara, who is quite proud and rightfully so. And when you meet these kids, handshakes, eye contact, you know his efforts are indeed paying off, Haley.
He's doing a great job in helping so many. Thank you, Ray. Well, Black Friday is still a few weeks away, but some businesses are already launching their holiday deals early. Walmart is selling a 32-inch HD TV for $125, and Amazon has a deal today on Mega Bloks. But experts say it's best to wait for the better prices around Thanksgiving. Retailers tend to ramp up discounts on Thanksgiving Day, but if you don't want to give up your turkey day, the second best day for deals is Cyber Monday.
And as you head out to do some holiday shopping, you may notice the University Town Center is just a little bit brighter. Crews are already working to put up Christmas lights and decorations outside of the UTC Mall and the nearby shopping centers. Lights are being wrapped around the palm trees, bows are on the signs, and a festive rowboat are all on display. While some are excited to see the change, others think, well, maybe it's a bit too early.
I just bought some Thanksgiving stuff because Thanksgiving always gets overlooked, and yeah, but you kind of have to, though, start putting the stuff up early. I guess.
And if you're looking to go shopping at the mall there, it will be open on Thanksgiving from 6 p.m. until midnight. Then on Black Friday, the mall will be open from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. There will also be extended hours starting December 18th.
Plenty of time to shop.
Plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, instead of leaving the house to go to the doctor comes to you.
How some local practices are creating a medical home for patients. That's coming up next.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. With Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design, you can design every room to match your own unique style. And every piece is quality handcrafted right here in America. Come in today and we'll guarantee your Bassett Custom Furniture will be shipped before the holidays. With our complimentary design service, start designing, start loving. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hello, I'm Jamie DiDomenico with Cool Today, Plumbing Today, and Energy Today. Here on the Suncoast, taking care of people is more than a slogan, it's a way of life. On Tuesday, November 15th, do your part and show that the Suncoast cares. Come by the Suncoast Blood Bank from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and donate one or more of these important items needed by local organizations, including a life-saving blood donation. For more details, visit suncoastcares.org. That's Tuesday, November 15th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Suncoast Blood Bank. See you there.
Going to the doctor can be time-consuming, and when diagnostic tests are required, you may spend a lot of time traveling and waiting. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with how some local practices are helping patients by providing them with a medical home. Alex?
Thanks, Haley. Many of us can relate to taking that slip of paper requiring blood work, going to another location to get it done, then waiting days, sometimes even weeks for results. And if x-rays or CAT scans are required, more of your precious time is taken up. Why does Sherry DeVries travel to the Center for Urgent Care in Lakewood Ranch, Manatee County from Venice in South Sarasota County?
You walk in, all your labs are done, all your work is done, you're not having to wait in multiple lines. It's a one-stop shop, and that's just very convenient with the lifestyle we all lead now.
DeVries explains why she wants her non-emergent medical care under one roof.
Just recently I had one doctor needing to do labs and an ultrasound, so I ended up having to wait 2 weeks to see my doctor, another week to see the ultrasound for a thyroid gland, and then those reports to be sent back to the doctor, which took another week.
Patients that choose to go to a practice that offers them a medical home may be able to take advantage of things like CAT scans and x-rays, all under one roof.
And we have our own lab. In essence, what I did is I took the best of the emergency department in terms of being able to get an answer right away. and brought it to this facility.
Primary care, immunization tests, and blood work are offered at Sarasota Medical Center, another medical home pioneer. Also workman's comp, motor vehicle accident care, physical therapy, pulmonary care, and minor surgeries. Dr. Avila explains patients get quick answers to many medical tests when conducted in-house.
Complete blood panel, chemistries, PT/R for patients on Coumadin, urine analysis, pregnancy test, strep tests, CBCs. It's a quite long list of tests that I can do here.
Tests sent to reference labs yield results that night. Patients get those results the next day.
The amount of hours of time saved is huge.
Dr. Avila says quick blood work results allowed him to diagnose the child's insulin-dependent diabetes.
And traditionally, it could have taken several days, and within hours, I was able to know the answer.
It seems as though history is repeating itself, and now physicians and their practices are truly moving towards what is now called primary care. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. And now let's take a look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents, but traffic is backed up on US 41 near Fruitville Road in Sarasota. And now let's head back out to ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who's joining us live from Music on Main. Bob.
And it is going to be rocking here tonight, Haley. I tell you what, we got a lot of rock and roll from the 60s and even into the 80s. I saw this gentleman around Glenn, and he had the Beatles shirt on. I asked him, Glenn, have you ever seen the Beatles?
Yes, I have, in August of 1964 on their very first American tour in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
You don't meet many people like that. The first tour, and we got Rockin' Robin right here, and the Retros. Rockin' Robin, you guys sing some Beatles songs?
Yeah, we're going to sing some Beatles songs, and we're going to bring back the yesteryear, the 60s.
I like
That's
that.
That's right.
What's the song you sing with Beatles? 8 days a week?
8 days a week. We do Twist and Shout. Yeah, we do all. We probably could.
I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. 8 days a week, I love you. 8 days a week is not enough to show I care. We got to get to the weather now. Very good. I should have been a singer. I wound up here. Here we go. The radar picture is showing just a few showers to the east of us right now and to the west, but nothing going on here. All is quiet. For tonight, things looking really quite good here. And for Music on Main, this is it. Tonight, lots of people are already lined up. I think this is going to be a full house before it's all said and done. It already is. It looks like music starts at 6 o'clock. And they're all ready to go here. They've been warming up all evening long. Radar picture not depicting any rain around here. Some showers down south in the Keys, but that is about it. As I mentioned, this front earlier is going to move through, but it's not going to do a whole lot. It will cool us down and dry us out. The dew point temperature will get much lower, I think, over tomorrow night and on into Sunday. The high today was high once again, above average, but we should be near average tomorrow, which is in the low 80s for the most part. Look at that record, 90 degrees set back in 1992. No rainfall to report for today. There were a few showers that were scattered about earlier, mainly inland, but not much going on there right now. Temperatures, here's what they look like up and down the coast, generally into the upper 70s, mid 70s right near the water in some places, 80 degrees right now into Arcadia, and 83 degrees Lake Sarasota, 81 on Siesta Key. So it's comfortable out here right now. It should stay that way through the night too. Temperatures dropping down into the low 70s by 11 o'clock. Here's the hourly forecast for Saturday. A few degrees cooler than it was today. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds. Should be quite nice though. Again, a little bit on the breezy side, so boaters beware. Boating will be a little tough going tomorrow as winds will be out of the north and northeast, and the small craft advisory is in effect. The wind forecast does call for that northerly flow, and with that northerly flow, we can always expect to see some slightly drier air pushing on in, as opposed to that westerly wind that we can sometimes see. As far as the satellite and radar picture goes, basically fair skies covering most of the southeast, and it looks like we will continue to see pretty nice conditions as far as boating is concerned, although, as I said, a small craft advisory is in effect and will stay that way. We'll have obviously much more on the weather coming up a little bit later. I did some fishing today. There was a little red tide out there. I'll tell you, Captain Johnny says the red tide is knocking the fishing down a little bit. However, a bad day of fishing, now remember, a bad day of fishing beats a great day at work. Here's more.
The day starts off with this gem, a nice sundog. That is when there appears to be two suns, as cirrus clouds composed of ice crystals refract and reflect the light. The captain was on a scouting mission today, checking out places for future clients. First stop, a small reef off Longboat Key.
Put a little split shot on to get it down to the bottom, huh?
Using some small scaled sardines or greenbacks, Captain Johnny hooks up a nice one.
That's a big one, nice one. That's what we want, Todd. Oh yeah, a nice Key West grunt. You know, people stick up their nose at Key West grunts, but boy, they are good eating. They're just like mangrove snapper.
And I can attest to that, as it made for a great lunch, quite tasty. Making our way out to M1 and 2, the wind picked up and so did the waves. Keeping the bottom fishing going, I was pulling up what appeared to be a nice catch, and then wham, a huge Goliath grouper got me, and eventually he won the battle. Captain Johnny would find yet another off the 36-foot bottom reef to add some more for lunch. The fishing was slow but fun, as we saw a large school of little tuna chasing after some flying fish. On the way back, we fish a small drop-off, and the captain brings in a pretty good-sized red grouper, but not big enough.
There's grunts out here on the bottom, and every once in a while, the little red grouper. Too bad he isn't 20 inches, which would be legal, but it's fun catching anyway. Hey, remember, take your kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
Now we caught a couple there, and they were tasty. Here's a great catch just recently. This one from Troy Cyprit. A great catch on, again, Captain Page's boat there. Jeff Page catching a nice redfish. So there are fish to be caught. The red tide is sporadic. I know Johnny backed up a couple times in his boat, and you can actually detect that red tide just a little bit out there. So it's still happening along parts of the Suncoast. I mentioned earlier a small craft advisory is in effect for area waters through Saturday. But here tonight at Lakewood Ranch, Music on Main, Robin and the Retros are getting ready to play. You can see a huge crowd already. ABC7 has a booth out here, and you'll be able to hear Glenn sing some more Beatles songs, as well as lots of other folks out here dancing and having a great time at Lakewood Ranch, Main Street. Back to you guys.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Silver Airways is adding flights to a 5th destination in Cuba. Silver now offers flights between Fort Lauderdale and Santiago, Cuba, marking the launch of the airline's 5th of 9 Cuba destinations. Silver is currently the only U.S. airline that's providing service to Santiago, which is the 2nd largest city in Cuba. 4 other Cuba cities are also available from Fort Lauderdale, including Santa Clara and Camagüey.
And entertainment news is coming up next.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Sting will headline the first concert at the Bataclan Theatre in Paris since it was targeted in the Islamic State attacks a year ago.
The British singer will perform on November 12th, the night before the first anniversary of the attacks that killed 130 people. 3 men stormed a concert by the California band Eagles of Death Metal and opened fire on concertgoers. Families of the victims have been invited to Sting's concert, and proceeds will go to groups for attack survivors and loved ones of those who were killed.
Michael Bublé says his 3-year-old son is battling cancer. The singer and his wife made the announcement about their son Noah today. The couple did not say what type of cancer he has. Bublé said in a statement he is devastated by the news. Noah is undergoing treatment in the U.S. The couple also has another son, Elias, who was born in January.
The Country Music Association is pushing back against allegations it deleted social media posts about Beyoncé's performance at the CMA Awards. TMZ reported yesterday the association removed the post from its social media accounts after receiving racist comments. But in a statement, a representative for the CMA Awards refuted that report, saying it has not erased any mentions of Beyoncé's performance.
Today is the 100th anniversary of the birth of the person deemed the most trusted man in America. Walter Cronkite was born on November 4th, 1916. The legendary broadcast journalist reported and comforted a nation during some of its most trying times throughout the 1960s and 70s. He covered World War II, Watergate, the Vietnam War, and the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Cronkite died in 2009 at the age of 92. That's who I grew up watching. He was on every night at dinner time, and in his honor, and that's the way it is.
Right.
Which he would say every night.
His sign off.
Yep.
Just imagine how much news has changed since then.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more news.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.